The Courtin. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. James Russell Lowell. The Courtin. God makes sich nights, all white and still, fur's you can look or listen. Moonshine and snow on field and hill, all silence and all glisten. Zekle crept up quite unbeknown, and peeked in through the winder, and there sot Huldy all alone, ith no one nigh to hender. A fireplace filled the room's one side, with half a cord o' wood in. There warn't no stoves, till comfort died, to bake ye to a puddin'. The wa'nut logs shot sparkles out toward the pootiest, bless her, and leetle flames danced about the chiny on the dresser. Agin the chimbly crook necks hung, and in amongst 'em rusted the old queen's arm that Granther Young fetched back from Concord, busted. The very room, 'cause she was in, seemed warm from floor to ceilin', and she looked full as rosy agin as the apples she was peelin'. 'Twas kind o' kingdom come to look on sech a blessed creature. A dog rose blushin' to a brook ain't modester nor sweeter. He was 6 foot o' man, A1, clear grit and human nature. None couldn't quicker pitch a ton, nor dror a furrer straighter. He'd sparked it with full 20 gals. He'd squired 'em, danced 'em, druv 'em, fussed this one and then thet by spells. All is, he couldn't love 'em. But long o'er his veins 'ould run, all crinkly like curled maple, the side she breshed felt full o' sun as a south slope in April. She thought no vice hed sech a swing as his'n in the choir. My, when he made Ol' 100 ring, she knowed the Lord was nigher. And she'd blush scarlet right in prayer when her new meetin' bunnet felt somehow through its crown a pair o' blue eyes sot upon it. Thet night, I tell ye, she looked some. She seemed to've got a new soul, for she felt sartin sure he'd come, down to her very shoe sole. She heerd a foot, and knowed it, too, a raspin' on the scraper. All ways to once her feelin's flew like sparks in burnt up paper. He kin 'a' littered on the mat, some doubtful o' the Zekle. His heart kept goin' pitty-pat, but hern went pitty-Zekle. And yit she gin her chair a jerk, as though she wished him furder, and on her apples kept to work, parin' away like murder. "You want to see my pa, I s'pose?" "Well, no, I come designin'." "To see my ma? She's sprinklin' clo'es agin tomorrow's i'nin'." To say why gals act so, or don't, would be presumin'. Mebbe to mean yes and say no comes natural to women. He stood a spell on one foot fust, then stood a spell on t'other, and on which one he felt the wust he couldn't ha' told ye nother. Says he, "I'd better call agin." Says she, "Think likely, mister." That last word pricked him like a pin, and, well, he up and kissed her. When Ma Bimeby upon 'em slips, Huldy sot pale as ashes, all kin o' smiley round the lips, and teary round the lashes, for she was just the quiet kind whose natures never vary, like streams that keep a summer mind snow hid in January. The blood clost round her heart felt glued too tight for all expressin', till mother see how metters stood and gin 'em both her blessin'. Then her red come back like the tide down to the Bay of Fundy, and all I know is they was cried in meetin' come next Sunday.